World War II movies never seem to be able to get across this one fundamental thing, but it's also something that the fresh recruits didn't understand when they signed up to go to war. I'm reading a World War II memoir every day and giving you the highlights. This is day one, let's get into it. Eugene B. Sledge is in college on December 3rd, 1942, when he signs up to join the Marines. He initially goes to officer school, but he drops out when he becomes worried that the war is going to end before he has a chance to fight. He undergoes several months of training before he deploys to Pavuvu Island in 1944, where he meets veterans fresh off the front lines. While he is definitely enthusiastic at this point, it is painfully obvious to those who have actually been in battle that he has no idea what he's in for. What Sledge and the rest of the replacements are about to realize is that this is a war unlike anything they've ever experienced. Now, I'm sure we've all heard about the war in the Pacific and how brutal that was, but it's sobering to think about what that was actually like for the people who lived through it. The Bushido Code, the law of the samurai, considered surrender a cowardly act, and the Japanese took that seriously. By 1944, the Japanese government knew they could not win the war, and they have resolved to make it as costly as possible for the Americans to defeat them in the hopes of reaching a negotiated settlement. This combination of things means the Japanese are trying to bleed the Americans white on every island leading up to Japan. The Japanese sometimes play dead before tossing grenades at approaching soldiers, or they pretend to be wounded before knifing a medic that comes to help. Snipers even target wounded men as well as the soldiers that come to help them. This was a fight to the death, and the frontline Marines find themselves trapped between the mandates of their government and an enemy that refuses to surrender. For Sledge and his companions, this will slowly degrade their humanity to the point where they find it hard to connect to anyone that has not gone through these experiences. In the movies, it's just hard to get across how psychologically damaging this was. But getting back to our narrative, Sledge spends about 3 months on Pavuvu before getting in a boat and heading to what would become his first battle, one that will become one of the most controversial in the entire war, Peleliu. We're going to get into that next time. I hope you all stick around.